Hey guys, today I am going to extract the Bitcoin Cash from my Exodus wallet from the fork that happened at the beginning of the month. So Exodus now supports getting Bitcoin Cash out if you held any Bitcoin in your wallet at the time of the fork. Now, as you can see here, I usually don't have a large amount of money in my Exodus wallet at any time. Um, I, at the time of the fork, I think I had something similar in the amount of Bitcoin. So the amount of Bitcoin Cash that I would be able to get out of this is going to be really small. But I just want to walk through this process with you guys to show you how to do it, and we'll see if anything comes out of it. Um, so if we walk over to Exodus website, exodus.io, we need to download the most recent version of the wallet. So I'm going to click on download. The latest release is 1.31. So just to show you guys what's new in 1.31, users can now send out Bitcoin Cash to exchanges or other wallets that support Bitcoin Cash. They have really nice step-by-step instructions on how to do this. So you can look through this, but this is pretty much exactly what we're going to be walking through here. Basically, in their help section on the updated version of the wallet, how do I claim my Bitcoin Cash? And there's a nice little button that we'll be able to use, claim my Bitcoin Cash now, and it'll work through this. So this takes a little bit of time. So after we download, I'm going to pause a couple of times as it's trying to scan the Bitcoin wallet, and also when we're trying to send this over to an exchange. All right, so let's start out. Let's download. I'm on a Mac, so I'm going to download the new version of the wallet. All right, that'll take a couple of seconds. I'm going to go ahead and pause right now while I install the new version, and I will be back in a second. Okay, guys, I'm back, and I now have the new version of Exodus installed. So if we check this, Exodus, about Exodus, version 1.31, so we're good to go. It's probably a good idea to make sure you have a recent backup. My backup is set automatically, and I've verified that everything looks good there. So what we're going to do is we're going to click on Help. We will scroll down to the bottom. All right, there it is. How do I claim my Bitcoin Cash? Click on that. Claim my Bitcoin Cash now. So let's click. You're about to claim your Bitcoin Cash. This process will keep your private keys safe and will not send your regular Bitcoin. Please ensure that you're sending your Bitcoin Cash to a reputable source. All right, let's give it a go. All right. Paste the address where Exodus will send your Bitcoin Cash. All right, so we need an address to send it to. So I'm going to go over here to Bittrex. This is going to be the exchange where I send it to. You can see top volume here. Bitcoin Cash is on the list. All right, so let's go to wallets on my Bittrex account. All right. I recently did a search for it just so you see how we do this. So the symbol for Bitcoin Cash has been kind of a mess because they used BCC the same as BitConnect coin. So certain places are using it still as BCC. That's what it is on Bittrex. All right, so let's get our address for that. So if I want to send it here, all right, here is my address. Let's copy that. Let's go back over to here. Double check that 1P. All right, so everything looks good there. Paste the address where you want to send it. Click continue. All right, look for Bitcoin Cash. Exodus will now check your wallet to see how much Bitcoin Cash you have. This takes about 10 minutes. Please do not quit. All right, let's give it a go. Check my wallet, see if anything's in there. All right, we'll let that thing think. It says it takes about 10 minutes. I'll time it for you guys, let you know how long it takes. I'll pause it in the meantime. Be back in a second. Okay, so that didn't take long at all. That actually took me less than a minute, and that probably has to do with how little I have in my wallet. But we there is something in there, so we'll be able to test this out. It's going to be almost zero point 0.01 of Bitcoin Cash. There is a fee on that, similar to a Bitcoin fee. Has that address for my Bittrex address. It says this process is not reversible and may take 1 to 2 hours to confirm. So we're going to go ahead and try to send this over to Bittrex. I'm going to click send. And that didn't take, might take 1 to 2 hours to confirm. Successfully says that it sent the Bitcoin Cash. Little typo there. But success, that's a good sign. All right. So we're gonna go over here to Bittrex. May take a minute to get this confirmed, and we'll check wallets. Give this a little refresh. Bitcoin Cash. It's just in the meantime, see how things are going. We take a look at Bitcoin Cash. You can see price, no surprise, a lot of people dumped their Bitcoin Cash as soon as they got it. Obviously, I'm a little slow to the party here. The Exodus wallet's been updated for a few days. Most people were able to get to theirs within the past few days. I'm just trying this out now. But the price has leveled off. Actually, let's go over to Coin Market Cap and let's see where things stand now. It looked for a little while like things were really going to drop off, but it's held as the number 4 currency. It's still above Litecoin, and it's actually kind of tracking back up after the big rally in Bitcoin. Now Ethereum looks like it's catching up a little bit. Big increase in the past 24 hours. But yeah, so this is interesting. Bitcoin Cash kind of holding steady after the initial sell-off. So we'll be able to get some value out of this. There still aren't a lot of blocks for Bitcoin Cash, so transactions should probably still take a while. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and pause again while we wait for this to get confirmed, and we'll get this in here, and we'll see if we can exchange this. So we'll be back. Okay, so my Bitcoin Cash has hit Bittrex and is now available. This took a little while. I actually went to sleep and let this happen because I'd waited about an hour and it had not become available yet. It was sitting in pending, but now it's available, so we can try to exchange this or do whatever we want. So as you can see, my available balance is really small. Hope you'll have more available for this process, but I had, again, just a little bit of Bitcoin sitting in my Exodus wallet at the time of the fork. I just wasn't comfortable leaving Bitcoin in there to see what happened, but I had some sitting there, and so that's why we're walking through this process. All right, so just to show you how much this actually is, we're sitting at about 0.01. If we look at the current price of Bitcoin Cash, it's gone up slightly. It's now 344.5. So if we take 344.5 times, just rounding up here, 0.01. All right, I've got a little over $3, so this is not much, but nonetheless, let's go ahead and try to exchange this. So given that I have such a small amount in here, let's see currently um, what markets are available for exchange on Bittrex. So you can see you can do, of course, the one with the largest volume is Bitcoin Cash to BTC. There's also, I guess that's Tether. And all right, this is what I was looking for, hoping that we would see is there's an Ethereum exchange. The volume's much lower, so there's not as much active trading going on there. But Ethereum. So if I exchanged my Bitcoin Cash into Bitcoin, the fees for transferring that Bitcoin would probably exceed the $3 that I have in here. But I might be able to exchange this into Ethereum and be able to move it somewhere like my Exodus wallet because I don't want to just leave it on an exchange like Bittrex. It's always a good idea to store your coins somewhere more secure. All right, so let's go. Let's try to exchange this for Ethereum. So, all right, here are all these different markets that are available. Let's see. All right, if we look, there it is, Ethereum markets, Ethereum for Bitcoin Cash. So clicking on here, that price has gone up recently, overnight. All right, so I'm gonna sell my Bitcoin Cash. I've got this almost 0.01 available. So let's sell all of it. We're gonna use try the last price here, and it's gonna give us there. Let's go ahead and click sell. Confirm. All right, sold and filled. We now have Ethereum on here. So let's go to back to our wallets, switch over to Ethereum. All right, there it is. So let's see. Let's move this back over to Exodus. So if I go to my Ethereum wallet, let's receive it. Let's copy my Ethereum address. I'm going to remove this from Bittrex. I'm going to paste my Ethereum address in there. Just always double check it. Put the quantity. We're going to do the max there. All right. The fee here is still almost half of what I have, but hey, a little bit's going to hit my my Ethereum wallet in Exodus. Let's go ahead, click withdraw. All right, gotta check my two-factor authentication. So let me grab that quickly. Confirm. Withdraw too small. That's what I was afraid of, guys. All right. So that's unfortunate, but we won't be able to actually move anything over to our Exodus wallet. But there you have it, guys. You can extract your Bitcoin Cash from your Exodus wallet. I hope you have a little bit more in there than I did so you can actually do something with it. But if you have it in there and you've been trying to figure out how to get it out, these are the steps that you need to take. I use Bittrex to do this. You can use any exchange that you typically use. Um, I'm using Bittrex. I've lost money on Poloniex before. I'm just not comfortable using that one. Bittrex, I feel more comfortable with. So I think this is a good exchange to use. But as I just showed you here on CoinMarketCap, you can see all the markets where this is available. There are a lot of them that are in Asia that are having smaller volumes on this. So some of the big ones, Kraken was one of the first to support it. Um, the Via BTC was set up for this purpose, so that's based in Asia. Bitfinex is using it. Bittrex is the one with the highest volume currently. So those are all good options. Yeah, if you have any questions, post in the comments below. We'll see if we can address those. Otherwise, I hope you're able to get that out. Thanks for watching. I'm out.